The first time I saw my son's girlfriend on a missing person flyer, I didn't call the police. I called him upstairs. I tried my best. I really fucking tried. I never wanted parenthood, but when it's shoved into your hands at 16, it's hard not to fall in love with it. It has its ups and downs, sure, but you learn to love your kid anyway. They're an extension of you, a piece of yourself you can try to shape into something better. Only people aren't that clean. You tell them to zig and they zag. That's just life. Still, beyond the disagreements and head bumping, it's possible to raise a kid. Bring them up right in the world. That's what I thought I was doing. My son was well-mannered, a gentleman, and God did he have his way with the ladies. Once high school started, it felt like every other week he was telling me about his new love, or how he was sure this was the one. He was only 15, but who was I to cast doubt on whatever love life he found for himself? Plus, it all stayed at school, cafeteria dates and what have you. By 17, he was bringing girls over to meet us. Dinner with his mom and me. Polite smiles, quiet laughs, eyes that never quite met mine. Now, I'm not the best with names, but I remember faces real well. That's why when I started noticing missing person flyers, I was quick to cock an eyebrow. But this is my son we're talking about. The boy I'd raised since I was a kid myself. I worked my ass off for him. We grew up together. Still, I couldn't convince myself everything was peachy forever. And by the time I saw Miranda's name on one of those flyers, the most recent girl he brought home, I knew I had to talk to him. I needed to set things straight, give my suspicion somewhere to die. I begged God, prayed like a madman that I was wrong. But the more I thought, the more the dots started lining up. None of these girls ever visited more than once or twice. I'd caught my son sneaking out at night more times than I could count. And whenever he stood next to them, he had those hollow eyes, like he was already done with them. When he talked about them, though, it was different. It was like he was truly excited, but not in that normal teenage boy kind of way. It was like when he talked to me, he was picturing things, planning things, daydreaming with his mouth open. When I finally got home after a long day at the office, I practically sprinted up the stairs to his room. To my disappointment, the room was empty, and my son was nowhere to be seen. What I did find, though, were missing person flyers, folded neatly on his nightstand, each one showing a different ex-girlfriend. Now, if it had just been the flyers, I could have explained it away. Maybe he was helping